Now, once you have your working length, it's time to move on to an open glide path, okay? So you always want an open glide path before you start NiTi shaping, okay? So the first thing I do, I get my working length and I take a tin file and I make sure I do 25 to 50 smoothies and make sure that that 10K file is nice and loose at working length. I want it nice and loose, okay? And this is where I start, okay? Now, why are we doing a glide path? What is our goal? Well, we want to produce a smooth, reproducible file slide path. I want to do a slip and slide path for the NiTi shaping files. Okay, when you do a nice open glide path, you're going to cut down dramatically your file separations. Okay, and this provides you a smooth and safe shaping when you open up your glide path. How big? How big should your glide path be? Well, debatably, the goal is at least to a 15, a size 15 at the apex, okay? We call it like a loose 15K file. So how do we get there? What's the easiest and safest way to get an open glide path? Well, one of my favorite glide path files is the WaveOne Gold Glider. And this is a reciprocating glide path file. All it does is cut your glide path, okay? The great thing about the WaveOne Gold Glider is when you compare it to the 15K file, and you go up the shank of the file, the WaveOne Gold Glider has a increasing taper and a little bit of a greater diameter as you're moving up the file compared to a 15. So not only does your WaveOne Gold Glider safely cut you an open glide path, but also actually gives you a little more shape than if you were hand filing with a 10 and a 15. So that's kind of a bonus. It allows you to cut your shape, your final shape with your NiTi files faster and more efficient. Another thing that I've seen with the WaveOne Gold Glider is when you already have a loose tin to working length and you place your WaveOne Gold Glider into the canal, and what I do is I engage, disengage, engage deeper, disengage, engage deeper, disengage until I'm down to length. May take you a couple passes, but what I see a lot of times is when I pull the WaveOne Gold Glider out, it's yanked out apical tissue. I'll see a little tissue plug at the end. And that's always a bonus because you now don't have to work through that tissue. You've just yanked it out. You don't have to let the bleach dissolve it or your shaping files clean it out. It's gone, it's yanked out. So that's something that's fairly common when you use the WaveOne Gold Glider. So now why do I love using the WaveOne Gold Glider in my practice? Well, number one, it's gold wire. So it's extremely safe. It's very fast. The studies are showing that you can cut your glide path a lot faster and safer than if you did a hand files, a 10 and a 15. Third, it's very easy. It's extremely easy to use this file and you're done very quickly and you have a nice open glide path. And once you have an open glide path, then you can go right into your NiTi shaping. One last thing that is exceptional about the WaveOne Gold Glider is it's reciprocating. So once you've cut your glide path, you go right into your shaping with your WaveOne Gold. So you're already on the reciprocation setting on your ProMark or your IQ X Mark.